The media propagated the lie that Beyonce was going to perform at a Kamala Harris rally, and when she did no such thing, alleged Kamala supporters left while the vice president was speaking. Was this a covert operation by the media and the campaign to fake support for Kamala in the lead up to the election? Let's get into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to Underreported Stories, where I cover the news at CNN, MSNBC, and Fox News fail to report on or don't report on enough. Like every election cycle, the Democrats are bringing out every pop star they could possibly get to endorse them. J-Lo just endorsed Kamala, Lizzo, Usher, Taylor Swift, and now we have Kelly Rowland, and most importantly to today's show, Beyonce. With Donald Trump in Austin, Texas, doing this sit-down interview with Joe Rogan, which, by the way, garnered 34 million views in 2 days, the Kamala campaign knew that they needed something splashy and headline-worthy to drive the attention towards Kamala instead of attention towards an interview that Trump did, honestly, quite well at. And so the play, seemingly, was to bring in one of the most popular celebrities, Beyonce. And the play seemed to be that Beyonce would bring her cult following, and that would end up bumping up the attendance at a Kamala campaign event, because people would be obviously very excited to watch Beyonce not only endorse Kamala, but give a performance of the song Freedom, which the Kamala campaign had been using as its theme song for the duration of this campaign, and it had been anticipated and said in mainstream news outlets that she was going to be performing that song. What's really interesting about this is that on its face, this doesn't seem like any sort of manipulation operation. But when you watch the way the media went about this and the campaign went about this, it's actually very odd. Let's start with how the media stated point blank that Beyonce would be performing at the Kamala rally. Now, there's a big difference between Beyonce performing and coming on stage for about 3 minutes to endorse Kamala, which is what she did.
We are so happy to be standing here on this stage as proud country Texas women supporting and celebrating the one and only Vice President Kamala Harris.
To the voter who is really involved in politics, that voter is going to come for Kamala, and it's an added bonus that Beyonce comes on stage. But when you have a cult following like Beyonce does, you have to wonder how many more people are coming only to see Beyonce, a free Beyonce show, and not to see Kamala Harris. And the mainstream media helped orchestrate that. In the lead up to this event, every mainstream news outlet was reporting as fact that Beyonce was performing, not attending, performing at the Kamala rally, meaning people who otherwise wouldn't care about Kamala being in Houston were suddenly interested. Take this USA Today headline, which reads, "Watch live, Beyonce returns to hometown of Houston to perform at Kamala Harris rally." MSNBC, Beyonce expected to perform Friday in Houston at Harris's first Texas event. Vanity Fair, Beyonce expected to perform Freedom at Kamala Harris Houston rally. Politico, Harris unleashes the star power of Beyonce at raucous event, and then it goes on to say that she was going to be performing in Houston. And HuffPost, Beyonce set to perform at Kamala Harris rally in Houston. So if somebody came to the event expecting to see a performance, they would be quite disappointed when they found out that this performance never happened. A lot of people online are starting to think that the media and the campaign coordinated to build a larger crowd for Kamala. Comedian Alex Stein was on the ground, or at least he had a team member on the ground, and put together a video showcasing what actually happened at this rally when Beyonce and singer Kelly Rowland got on stage, endorsed Kamala, didn't perform, and then left. Watch how the audience responds to this.
The Kamala Harris rally in Houston, Texas was absolutely insane. You saw Beyonce and Kelly Rowland walked out. Kelly looked like Beetlejuice. And then after that, Kamala walks out, right? She gives him the hug, and everybody's so mad because they're like, what?
Notice here, there is no equipment set up for any sort of performance at all. It should have been very indicative of the fact that there was a podium there, that there was no performance happening. It takes a lot of time and preparation in order to set up a performance. So the Kamala campaign must have known that neither of them planned on performing, as the media was constantly saying. before the moment happened.
What? Beyonce only spoke for 3 minutes? I thought we were going to get a free concert. Wait, what? What's going on? Wait, why is she hugging Kamala? I thought this was a concert. Oh, and then Kelly and Beyonce have a nice little moment, reminiscing. And then everybody realizes it was a bait and switch, and they walk their butts out.
Now, here's where I want to really hone in on this. I thought at first, okay, this could be manipulative content. You never know if somebody is taking a video and showcasing to you that people are walking out at the end and saying that this is right after Beyonce got off stage. No, just keep watching. Look who is on stage as all of these people are walking out. Mind you, it was Beyonce, Kelly Rowland. Kamala walks out. Look what's happening.
As soon as Kamala got on that dang stage, everybody was pissed off, rightfully so. They duped us. They duped the entire city of Houston, Texas. 30,000 pissed off people right before an election less than 2 weeks away. What is Kamala Harris thinking? It was a night to forget, I'll tell you that much. Kamala Harris should be ashamed.
Just to throw a little more context at this story as well, this is the second time the media lied about a Beyonce performance. Countless media outlets took a rumor post from TMZ back in August that Beyonce was going to perform at the Democratic National Convention for Kamala, and none of that ever came to fruition. So my question is, how did the media get this so wrong twice? We could hypothesize that news outlets just assumed, and it started an assumption train because the media are honestly incestuous. Basically, I believe that one news outlet assumed that because Beyonce was going to be there, she must be performing, and when, let's say, USA Today started that assumption, other media outlets said, well, USA Today is reporting she's performing, and since we've confirmed that Beyonce will be there, we'll use USA Today's reporting to bolster our reporting, and it started a cycle of assumption. What is that phrase, though? Is it assume makes an ass out of you and me?
Assume.
Don't you know what they say about assuming, Henry? It makes an ass out of you and Ming.
The other theories, the ones that seem more malicious, in this situation, Beyonce had confirmed she would be there, and a staff member either also assumed a performance or maliciously told media entities that Beyonce would be performing without confirmation. Now, a theory I don't entirely agree with, but is possible, so I just want to throw it out there for you, is that Beyonce said she was coming, and at the 11th hour, she said she didn't want to perform, she just wanted to speak for a couple of minutes. But as I pointed out earlier in this video, and if you've been in the music industry at all, you know that the sound checks and the lighting that need to be done for a performance of that magnitude need to be done hours in advance. It wouldn't be changed so willy-nilly. So the campaign at least would have known she wasn't performing for hours in advance and could have corrected that with the media, which is really why I don't believe that theory at all, but I just want to throw it out there in case you wanted to make a different decision for yourself. And the final theory, the one I find to be most likely, is that the Kamala campaign and the media coordinated to purposely mislead the public to get more people in the door to watch a potential Beyonce performance and bolster Kamala's rally attendance. When you think contextually about the way the media went along with Democratic talking points in the lead up to the 2020 election, aka the way they deceptively lied and discredited the Hunter Biden laptop story, I wouldn't put it past them to work hand in hand with the Kamala campaign to bolster attendance for an event, especially in the context of Donald Trump campaigning at Madison Square Garden the very next day to sell out the arena and get a ton of attention. Now, truth be told, I don't think that celebrity endorsements or appearances mean nearly as much as they did even 4 years ago. Here is a great example of a young Black woman in Texas eviscerating Beyonce for her endorsement and appearance.
This message is for Beyonce. Beyonce, we don't give a damn about you. We don't give a damn about how many speeches you read from a teleprompter, how many rituals you do, or what kind of voodoo you do.
That's the other thing about the Kamala/Beyonce experience or extravaganza that we saw. It's like Beyonce was so calculated, and that's been everything about the Harris campaign is calculation beyond compared to the fact that you have celebrities hopping on board and they have to be ultra calculated. It's fun to have fun. And the joyful Kamala campaign seemingly has none of it, not even when it comes to Beyonce being on stage.
Texas will forever be a red state. It will forever be a red state and will always be a red state. I don't give a fuck what you do. And for you to come out here and try to finesse the Black vote for a politician who don't even have no plans for your community goes to show us how much you care about your own people.
Well, Beyonce is not the same as your average Black American or your average American. These people live in insane amounts of wealth. To compare the idea that because Beyonce or Obama has the same skin color as you, that they have the same goals as you, as a woman or a Black woman or a Black person in general, that is so disingenuous. These people are so wildly out of touch.
What you need to be worried about is P. Diddy. What you need to be worried about is Jeff Epstein. What you need to be worried about is Jaguar Wright. What you need to be worried about is Aaliyah. What you need to be worried about is God. And you need to repent and not worry about where our vote is going. We don't care about you, Beyonce. Bye, Beyonce. Because you got God's answer too, not us.
I mean, she hit the nail on the head. These celebrities, they're so wildly out of touch. Even your average Democrat doesn't care who celebrities are endorsing. I don't know if that girl is a Republican or a Democrat or where she falls. I can insinuate that because she's talking about God, she's likely conservatives adjacent, let's say. But we have yet another example of how wildly out of touch Democratic celebrities are. There's a podcast called Allegedly Speaking. It's a pop culture podcast. And they essentially made the case on their show for why celebrity endorsements are so pointless by showcasing how much money Taylor Swift has and how big purchases for the average Americans are pennies to this woman.
So I recently found out Taylor Swift's POV on money. So essentially what this means is that I'm taking her annual salary based on her net worth and comparing it to her purchasing regular items in life. A $1,200 iPhone costs Taylor Swift, guess how much?
$1,200 iPhone. $5.
$1.87.
That's absurd. The fact that we are taking endorsements from celebrities or trying to listen to what their preferred issues are when we know that the number one issue for Americans right now is the economy. A $1,200 iPhone feels like $1.87 to Taylor Swift. Please don't talk about your preferred issues when you can purchase an iPhone for what feels like $1.87 to you. Shut up, Taylor.
Lululemon leggings. Those are very nice, high quality. It usually runs you about $98 for a pair of good Lululemon workout leggings.
Okay, based on what I just found out about the iPhone.
Guess how much those cost her?
30 cents.
11 cents. 11 cents for my favorite Lululemon leggings.
I have to think to myself for a second if I'm going to buy a sweet treat from Starbucks. No.
That is how most of America lives. That is normal. We are all pinching pennies in this economy, and yet we're supposed to be taking our endorsements from women who can just shell out money like it's nothing. It gets worse, I swear.
Oh, I know. This is where it starts to get interesting. A 2024 Toyota RAV4 is $28,675. Pretty good bang for your buck for a really good quality car. For Taylor to go purchase this car today, it will feel like she's missing $32.66 out of her account.
That's, oh my gosh. Why are we listening to these people? Why? Anyway, let me know your thoughts about today's show, and while you're in the comment section, please be sure to drop the honey pot emoji if you made it to the end of the show. We got to make an homage to the Bayhive, but also how the nation was simultaneously honey-dicked by the Kamala campaign. Thanks, friends. See you next time. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked what you heard, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment about how beautiful, stunning, and funny I am. And if you want more content based in logic, be sure to click over here for more videos and clips of my show. If you have the means to financially support the show, consider purchasing from my merch line, Based Apparel, linked right below. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you back here next time. Bye, friends.